My wife's secret surveillance. The truth she tried to hide. I always believed that trust was the foundation of a strong marriage. For 18 years, I had no reason to doubt my wife, Lauren. We built a life together. 2 kids, a comfortable home, and what I thought was a rock-solid relationship. Sure, she was the meticulous one, the planner, the one who double-checked our bills and tracked our spending, but that was just her nature. Or so I thought. It started as a joke. Lauren, an accountant, had always been on top of our finances. When she casually mentioned that she got notifications about my credit card spending, I didn't think much of it. Just making sure we're not getting hacked again, she had said with a smile. It made sense. After all, we had been victims of fraud once before, but over time, I noticed small comments. "Oh, you went to that new burger place for lunch," she'd say. I would pause, trying to remember if I had told her. Yeah. How'd you know?" She would shrug, waving her phone. Bank alert. It became a running joke. How she always knew where I had been. I laughed it off. Maybe it was just her way of keeping things efficient. But then there was our daughter, Emily. When Emily got her driver's license, Lauren insisted on installing Life 360 on her phone, just to keep her safe. She said. I hesitated. Shouldn't we tell her? Lauren shook her head. She'll just disable it. We'll tell her when she's older. I wasn't fully comfortable with it, but I let it go. Parenting teenagers was hard. If it gave Lauren peace of mind, I figured it wasn't a big deal. But what I discovered next shook me to my core. Last week, I went on a work trip. It wasn't anything special, just a couple of days out of town. Lauren asked me to take pictures for her niece's school project, so I did. When I got home, I casually mentioned that I needed to send her the pictures. I already did. She said. I frowned. Wait, when did you borrow my phone? The moment I asked, her face changed. She looked caught, like a kid who had been caught sneaking cookies before dinner. Oh, I have access to your Google Photos. The air felt heavy. Since when? She hesitated. A while now. I stared at her. My phone wasn't password protected. I had nothing to hide. But that wasn't the point. The point was that she had secretly given herself access and never told me. Why didn't you ask? I asked. She sighed. I just thought it would be easier. Instead of always borrowing your phone. But you hid it from me. She bit her lip. I knew you'd get upset. I should have dropped it. I should have let it go. But something in my gut told me there was more. That night, after Lauren fell asleep, I went through my emails, something I rarely did. And then I saw it. An email from Google Photos. Photo sharing enabled with Lauren. Date, October 31st. I sat up in bed. Halloween. That was months ago. I thought back to Christmas morning. Lauren had asked to borrow my phone to send herself pictures. But if she already had access, why would she need to borrow my phone? Unless she was keeping up the act. Keeping me in the dark. My hands felt clammy. My heart pounded. This wasn't just a small oversight. This was deliberate. I confronted her the next day. Lauren, tell me the truth. When did you give yourself access to my photos? She sighed. Halloween. Then, why did you pretend to borrow my phone on Christmas? Her face paled. She looked down. I didn't know how to tell you. I thought if I told you then, it would ruin Christmas. I clenched my fists. So you kept lying? She nodded. Her eyes filled with guilt. I knew I crossed a line. But once I did, I felt like I couldn't go back. I exhaled sharply. Lauren, this isn't just about the photos. It's about trust. What else are you hiding? Nothing, she whispered. I didn't believe her. That evening, I checked our shared laptop. Lauren always used it for work, but I never paid much attention. As I opened her browser, my stomach dropped. There, in plain sight, were open tabs. How to track someone's phone without them knowing. Best hidden GPS trackers for cars. Can deleted texts be recovered? My vision blurred. My hands trembled. Lauren wasn't just monitoring my spending. She wasn't just tracking our daughter. She was tracking me. I slowly closed the laptop. My mind raced. Was she afraid I was cheating? Was she obsessed with control? Or was there something even deeper I hadn't realized? I stood up, grabbed my car keys, and walked out the door. I didn't know where I was going. All I knew was that my marriage, my trust, had just shattered. Now, I'm left with more questions than answers. Do I confront her again? Do I check for hidden trackers? Do I walk away from 18 years of marriage? Or do I stay and try to understand why the woman I love felt the need to watch my every move? Because the scariest part isn't that she did it. It's that I have no idea why.